What up, y'all? It's your boy, local janitor here. We about to hop into a game. Oh man, let's see how I do today. Yeah, last time I remember, I didn't do too good, but it's all good. Cause I keep trying, keep coming back on the game. So we're about to hop into discussion of change and just changing in life and growth. Let me get started with this. Okay, so the key points of changing your life, you probably you probably currently aren't going through. Oh, I know this guy. You probably aren't going through much good, or probably you want to change your life and just grow as a person, and be that person you want to be for whoever, or just for yourself. And it all starts with something. Like, it starts with you making a move. It starts with you taking that first step. you know that first step. Wow. that Y'all see this guy. The first step of just your mindset. Just changing your mindset, and changing your motivations, going into the day, of just trying to put down the bottle, or trying to put down the smoke, or treating people nicer. It all starts with your mind, and it starts with you making that first step. you know and then we're gonna get into commitment. Swoosh. Although you can start, but it's gonna get hard, because you're gonna meet those people that are very similar, and they're gonna cause you to want to revert back into who you used to be. you know oh, I forgot support. Oh shoot. Yeah, they're gonna cause you to want to revert back into your old self, and just be your old self again, because that was easier. That was what what you know what you've known probably for a long time, or created a bad habit of. That's what you learn, and that's what is gonna cause your demise, if you don't commit to actually wanting to change as a person, because it's not gonna be easy. Oh my gosh. It's not gonna be easy, and it's gonna be hard sometimes, because not everybody is gonna be having that same mindset as you. Not everybody's gonna be wanting to change. People are gonna be wanting to party. Your friends are gonna be asking you to come outside to do the same thing that they all used to do. Like, come on, man. And then your friends are gonna start changing up on you, and then you're gonna think something's wrong with you. So then that's when it's gonna be like, oh man, maybe I should have never done this. Like, I'm not being accepted. I'm not being accepted as how I used to. Oof. I'm not being accepted how I used to. And then boom, all that commitment lost, just because of someone else's opinion. Oh shoot. Yeah, someone else's opinion on what y'all believe is fun right now. But what comes with that is gonna have to accept failure, because although you might fail, although you might revert back into those old ways, you gotta understand that you gotta get back up. If you fall 7 times, get back 8. Fall 8, get back 9. You just gotta keep pushing yourself every single day, and that's the commitment to this. Because it's not gonna be It's not gonna be an easy day. It's like a test, and each time you fail the test, you're gonna have to take another test. You know, that's how it is in the schooling system. You take a test, you know, you're probably given the opportunity to retake the test or to, oh come on, you'll be given the opportunity to retake the test or, you know, for some extra credit. But sometimes you won't get that test back. You know, you're gonna have to. There's gonna be more tests that you're gonna have to deal with. But the whole thing about it is, you know, you're still taking. Why did I run right into that? The whole thing about it is like you're still gonna be taking tests, and that's what it's like when you're trying to change. You know, whatever it is you're going through, it's gonna be. I, I know y'all see this. You know what? Yeah, so y'all gonna have to take them tests, man. You gotta make sure you get them good grades, all right? But um, yeah, but I mean, although you fail and you keep getting back up, you know, you gotta hold yourself accountable of, you know, what's going wrong. You know, causing those triggers of you lashing out, or you know, picking up that bottle, or you constantly come on, are you constantly, you know, going back to what that thing is, or you having that same mindset of what that thing is. It's gonna, yo, we about to get a little dirty, boys. About to get a little dirty up in here. But yeah, yeah, you gotta hold yourself accountable. Like even if you are doing that same stuff and you're still oof, I saw that. Yeah, and you're still going back to that stuff. And you know, you gotta say like, you know, like something's wrong, like something's wrong and something's gotta change. And even if like you're doing that stuff, or like say for instance, like you're lashing out on somebody, you know, you gotta say like, this stuff isn't right, this stuff isn't right to do, and I should never did it because this person. Oh, move around, move around. Saniteta! I know he's waiting for me. Oh! Yeah, hold yourself accountable when you fall and the things that you're doing wrong, because we all do things wrong. We all do things wrong, and we're not perfect people, but the whole point is, you know, we're trying to grow. We're trying to grow and better ourselves as people. Come here, come here. Oh yeah. I need repairs for my vehicle. Yeah, so like when you do make those mistakes, you know, you gotta understand that you made that mistake, and that, you know, possibly possibly apologize to that person, or, you know, for next time, you know, maybe control your tongue, or maybe next time, you know, stop hanging out with that group that's influencing you to act like a fool. You know, it's like, you know, this stuff plays a big part, and it's gonna happen. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna happen. That also goes with eliminating your distractions, because, you know, let's be honest, you know, you come on, bro. Come on, bro. Yeah, eliminate your distractions, you know. Maybe you drive down that same street, you know, probably that your ex was on or something, and and it brings back those memories. Brings back those memories, or maybe it's picking up that bottle, or maybe it's just those friends that keep asking you to hang out, and when you guys hang out, you guys act a fool. It's fun, it's lit, but like you don't want to do this no more. You guys starting fights, gossiping about people, whatever it is, you know, and you don't want to do this no more. Oh, sure got him. Sure got him. See, I'm not doing too bad this time. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna take, like I said before, it's gonna take commitment, and it's gonna take holding yourself accountable when you have those thoughts and you want to act on it. But you're gonna have to start saying no. Have to start saying no, and start being, bold with what you want to do, and put your foot down. Wanna? Oh man, are they trying to push up? What? What? My gosh, why are we lying, game? Okay, he can shoot me. He can shoot me through a fishnet, but I can't shoot him from the other side of the fishnet. Can you reload, man? Johnny Tata! But yeah, it's gonna take some. It's gonna take some control, some self-control. You're gonna need. You're gonna need. Oh my gosh, you're gonna need self-control to honestly want to better yourself. I mean, understand you will fall, but it takes that commitment. Like I said, you know, not those friends don't. They might not have the best intentions for you. That same street is only gonna trigger those same thoughts. That same mindset that you refuse to change. It's only gonna bring the same results. And this is the stuff that you're gonna have to stop. And it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna, you'll probably shed some tears or whatever. But those tears aren't gonna end you. It's not gonna end you if you don't let it. And that's what we working towards. We're working towards a better version of ourselves for tomorrow. For our kids, just for or for our health, the health of our bodies, the health of our mind. Even if it's your spiritual walk, this stuff can still bring you down. Stuff can still bring you down and cause you to revert back into who you used to be. I mean, although this stuff might be happening, and you have that mindset of change, and you do want to grow, you do want to be that better version of yourself. It sometimes it's small. It's not always gonna be big building blocks. Them big Legos. It's not always gonna be like that. It's not gonna be like them Lego platforms. You're just gonna get them little bricks, the little bricks that anchor on the wing or the house. Sometimes that's all it takes. Just you starting, and you continuously striving on that path. It's gonna oh, come on, I'm sorry, one. You continuously on that path, it's gonna start, like a what's that called, like a dang, what's those things called, when like the snow just when the snow just piles up and it starts. Can you move, man? Come on, Poppy. You know what? Eat a grenade. Wait. Dang, let me get my phone. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, an avalanche. Okay, it's called an avalanche. So like in an avalanche, right? You can get those little pieces, and those little pieces are gonna turn into big pieces. It's gonna start tumbling, you know, and get bigger and bigger. And guess what? Guess what it's destroying? It's destroying anything in its way, and that's gonna be your life. That's gonna be your life because those little changes and those little thoughts that you think are nothing, because you know you probably see these YouTubers or whatever, you know, they making big differences in their life. You know, how do you think they started? You know, it's not always big building blocks because you know not everybody learns like that. I mean, me personally, choosh, man, take forever to finish stuff or forever to change my mindset, you know, on certain things. But you know, it all started somewhere, you know. So although I wasn't hitting those big building blocks and I was looking at, you know, Bobby the bodybuilder, and he, you know, he hitting crazy gains, and I'm not. That doesn't mean what I do today doesn't matter, you know. Like that's why I gotta pick up those weights, and I gotta you know, do something different. That's also gonna call for you to step out your comfort zone. Yo, why are they tweaking out right now, Mo? I'm sorry. No, they can do whatever they feel like. Yeah, but it's gonna take stepping out of your comfort zone and being in a different place, a place you're uncomfortable, a place you know you might not feel very well in. It might turn your stomach. It might mess with your whole uh the whole identity you've created for yourself. But that's that's the great part of that's the great part about it though. Because although because you're stepping out your old identity that you thought was you, and you're gonna be in a whole different body. You're gonna be a whole different you when that time comes. And then you know, kind of like are you serious? Are you serious? Okay, I went positive this time. But yeah, you're gonna be a whole different you, and it's kind of like when like your old friends or whatever, they used to know you as this, you know, just an example, they known you as the guy that loves to party, that you know that always had his hair messy, no hairline, no shoelaces. Your shoes were talking back to you. Disrespectful shoes. Nah, but like, you know, they known you as that person, right? They known you as that person, and they uh, they were always able to say something about you because they probably weren't even happy with themselves, and it, you know, maybe they were still on the same journey as you, so that they were happy enough to be saying what they were saying, be doing what they were doing against you because they, like, what are you gonna do about it? You know what I mean? They knew, or they thought you weren't gonna do nothing with your life. They thought you were gonna be the same old you, but you're not. You're not gonna have them regrets, but you know, it's gonna take that change. It's gonna take you moving out of that house. It's gonna take you moving away from those people. You know, although it's familiar faces, but you know, you gotta do what's good for you. You know what I mean? Man, that's gonna take some commitment. Hey, oh, wrong gun. Hold on. Hey, but hey, those regrets from yesterday, there's gonna be no more because you're gonna be a whole new you. I'm telling you, man. You just gotta keep at it. You just gotta keep going at it, man. Even even when you don't want to, even the days that you don't want to wake up, the days you don't want to take your protein powder. You know, it's gonna be those days. It's gonna be those days you're not gonna want to do it, but you just gotta keep pushing forward. I'm telling you, I'm telling you. On those days you don't want to do it's the days you should be doing it the most, because it's withdrawal. You know, withdrawal from whatever it is, nicotine, drugs. You know, your girlfriend or ex. You know, your ex, or you know, that toxic relationship. The, um
Heads up, I have eyes on a hostile machine gunner east of your
you know, that toxic relationship, the bottle, you know, it's, you know, everything in life is kind of like a withdrawal. So you're always going to have those cravings in the beginning. You're going to have those, oh, where's my, you're going to have those cravings in the beginning, but you know, as time goes on and you stay on that journey and your mindset starts to fixate on whatever it is you're trying to do, you, whoosh, man, you're gonna be standing firm. You're gonna be 10 toes. Before you had 3 toes, now you got 10. You don't look you don't look like them gargoyles now. Now you look like Shrek. Is he teabagging him? You know what I mean? But like, you know, you know that mindset every single day. You're gonna build new habits. You're gonna build new dopamine toward healthier and better things. Why'd I run into that? To a better and healthier things. But I mean, you know, on top of that, you gotta have a foundation though. You gotta have a plan. You gotta have a goal on how you're gonna do these things, and you gotta stick to it. Or at least try to. But like, you know, it just takes, you know, getting back up every single day. You know, but set your goals, set a plan out. You know, talk to family or you know whoever you trust, and keep going at it. You know, if you gotta talk to somebody, you know, if you're about to fail, you know, that then you gotta do that, because like it's not easy. You're not always gonna be doing this stuff by yourself. You know, like even if it's a therapist or you know, God, you know, at least you're doing something because you want to do better. You want to do better for yourself. But like set them goals and keep at it. And make sure you have a foundation. Me personally, my foundation is God. You know, you guys just might be different. You know, I think Jesus Christ is my. I don't think I know He's my foundation, and you know, I'm thankful to have Him. And you know, I talk to Him about my problems, and you know, I accept where I'm wrong. You know, maybe, you know, like, you know, if I was disrespected or something, you know, maybe I'll take it on the chin. But you know, next time I'm gonna have to be much much more accepting of this stuff and understand that it is bound to happen. And for next time, I'm not gonna feed into that temptation of, you know, wanting to cuss cuss Billy out just because of him calling me a doofus or you know saying I ain't got no hairline. You know, I'm keep changing, you know, keep changing the way I'm thinking and understand where I go wrong and where I fall. You know, I apologize for the wrongdoings that I'm doing. You know, the things I'm doing wrong. You know, I'm apologize for it to the people in whom I hurt. You know, and even if they're not gonna want to accept my apology, or you know, this is an example, but like even if they're not gonna want to accept my apology, you know, I'm gonna understand that this is what I'm gonna start doing from now on because this is the better thing. I don't want to have them regrets. I don't want to be treating people like crap. I don't want to treat my old exes like how I did. I mean I don't want to treat my new women like my new girl, my new wife or something how I did my old ones. You know, you want to you know just keep bettering your mindset. But that all goes to say, you know, keep at it every single day. Don't give up. I understand it's gonna be hard. I understand you'll be laughed at, cussed at. Um, you know, probably even you'll make mistakes. And, you know, probably even you'll be shown by others.
We have friendly gunships over
You
the
know
area.
what you did, and you'll be embarrassed or whatever. But don't let that define you. Keep going forward. Keep building. You know, I love y'all, and I hope y'all have a good day.
Enemy agent soldiers.
Hey, your local janitor out.